Gen X, it's time for a real talk because we're at a crossroads. We've been the glue between the generations, holding it all together while quietly wondering what's next. But here's the thing, our future is flashing before our eyes, and we can't keep turning away from the facts. So today, I'm sharing 7 hard truths that might sting a little. But once you face them and meet them head on, they can absolutely empower you. So let's get to it. Hard truth number 1 is your retirement age might be a moving target. Retirement ages are all over the place these days. Some can do it in their 50s. Others are aiming for the old standby, 65. And some may keep working into their 70s, not because they have to, but because they want to stay engaged. But the hard truth is that whatever that retirement goal, age for you is, it might not be set in stone, and we have to be okay with that. We can look at the fact that we're living longer, we know more about maintaining our health and our vitality, and the earning landscape has completely changed. There's gig work, there's side hustles, there's remote options. So instead of thinking of working versus not working, you could start imagining a portfolio type life, a mixture of purpose and passion projects and income coming in. We can look at flexibility as our new freedom. Okay, hard truth number 2 is that the job market doesn't care about your experience, only your skills. Ouch, right? But it's true. The job market rewards those who keep learning. Technology is moving faster than anyone, much less our generation, can keep up with. And, let's be real. Most of us, we're not volunteering for extra work or new responsibilities anymore. And the hard truth is that experience alone doesn't guarantee job security any longer. Ageism, AI, our own attitudes about work, shifting industries, all of that is at play for us right now. Now, that said, your experience does matter when you pair it with fresh, relevant skills. So if you want or you need the job market to pay attention to you, you have to embrace the learner's mindset. And that probably means updating your tech game, and then updating it some more, and then next year updating it some more. And we're just getting started, so let's get on to the next one. Hard truth number 3 is your health in your 60s and 70s, that starts now. You've heard it before, and here's how I'll say it differently. If you don't take your health seriously today, now, you're going to lose your best chance at preventing decline later on. Now, your 40s are the ideal decade to reverse bad habits related to your health. But your 50s, they're the second best decade. But after that, it's more about putting out fires and hoping for the best. Every workout skipped, every delayed doctor visit, it adds up. And your future self is begging you to prioritize sleep, nutrition, and movement today. Hard truth number 4 is your parents. They'll need support whether you're ready or not. For many of us, this one's already happening, and it's often more than we expect. It can go from helping out to overwhelming in 10 seconds. It's hard to picture our parents becoming dependent, especially when we've only known them as strong and capable. But that day usually comes, and whether it's physical issues, frailty, or even cognitive decline, the emotional load on you can be a lot. And, even outside of the emotional toll, there's the logistics, the money, the time. And this is the part where I say, talk about it early. Get everyone, siblings, parents, all on the same page before a crisis hits. But honestly, no one really wants to talk about it beforehand. Not the parents, not you. And, everyone usually means you. One adult child, one sibling that becomes the main caregiver. But if your family does indeed already have a plan, then that is really good, and you are ahead of most. Hard truth number 5 is your kids may need you longer than you think. Many Gen Xers already know this harsh truth and are living it out right now. And some kids truly do need extra support. But for others, we may be enabling dependence without realizing it. Or, maybe we do realize it. But the hard truth is when we sacrifice our own futures to keep our kids comfortable, nobody wins. The world is different today, yes, but independence still matters. And kids at a certain age, they should desire independence in many different forms. That's a healthy progression. Now for me, when I was a kid, I was very motivated to move on, mainly because I didn't like those, as long as you're under our roof, rules that were imposed upon me. But I was also super excited to start my journey into the world. And maybe it was a lot easier back then. But if home is providing ease, a carefree existence, little to no responsibilities, total freedom, then many kids, they don't have that motivating factor to leave the nest. And that is how you take back your power with this one. Just a little tough love. You support your kids, but you set up firm boundaries on how you will help them monetarily and help them build a plan for themselves. And above all, prioritize your retirement first. Hard truth number 6 is social media. It's a highlight reel and it's stealing your joy. When we were younger, our hyper reality, it came from Hollywood. And we knew it was fake. But sometimes, we imagined seeing ourselves in those romantic comedies, in the overcoming all odds stories. But today, when we look at screens, it's our friends, our coworkers, and other real people posting their best moments online. And before we know it, we're comparing our everyday life, maybe even competing with someone else's highlight reel. And that's when envy can sneak in and joy checks out. We need to be all about protecting our peace. And that's my advice. Just check in with yourself after you scroll. Now, I've never been a big Facebooker or a tweeter or an Instagrammer, but I will unsubscribe from YouTubers that steal my peace, that drain me, that make me feel bad, even unintentionally. And it's not about them. It's about me and protecting that peace. You can always unfollow or just take a break from social media, whatever it takes. Also be okay with maybe missing a detail or few of someone's life. By doing that, you'll have more time to reconnect in your real life. Focus on your own unfiltered, authentic story. Hard truth number 7 is time is your most precious asset, and it's accelerating. Now, why does time seem to fly so much faster the older that we get? It's because we know we've We've passed that halfway mark. We're fully aware our time is limited, and thinking about someday can easily turn into too late. It's either now or never, Gen Xers. So take back your power. Make a now or never list and accept what belongs on the never side so you can make peace with that. And then pour all of your energy into your now list. Create a 5-year plan for your health, your goals, your joy, and start on it today. We've got to get busy while there's still time. Now, these truths, they're not here to scare us. They're here to set us free. Because facing the truth, that's how Gen X builds a future that's strong and intentional. And yes, Gen X, we do have a strong future ahead of us. And just take a few more minutes to watch my other Harsh Truth for Gen Xer videos. I've linked them right here. So tell me which one of these hit home the hardest. Drop it in the comments. And also, this channel, it's basically a user manual for Gen X. So make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. And as I wrap up this video, I wanted to share a little Gen X memory with you. It popped in my head while I was scripting this video out. But do you remember when we were teenagers, maybe even in our 20s, we would call the movie theater and listen to the pre-recorded message on the machine, and it would roll through all of the movies that were currently on. And you just had to kind of sit there and listen to it all, especially if you were interested in one particular movie. There was no fast forward. Yeah, good times. I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.